Happy Tuesday!
My name is Alan.
My name is Nick.
And welcome
into the dungeon. So Corwin has led you to the main building of this complex, and he leads you through this thick, solid oaken door into what looks like a dining hall, which is lined with a number of trophies on the wall, heads of different animals, and you also notice that there's a few orchids as well mounted on the walls. Well, wait here a second, I will go and get Falcon.
Yes, yes. And I'm kind of looking around. I'm not looking at the guy, I'm just looking around, staring at all those heads on the wall.
Okay, so a few minutes pass, and Corwin returns with a large human man standing a good 6'6" in front of you.
Jeez.
He's wearing a fur-lined coat, or rather cloak, which you can see underneath he's wearing studded leather armor. He's got short black hair and broad shoulders, and his eyes are blue, cold and sharp as ice. You also see that he's sporting quite a neatly trimmed beard.
Oh, yeah, are you Falcon?
Why, yes. I guess that you are the guests that Corwin has advised me of.
Yes.
You are here to spend the night?
Yes, I'm Shrew, but you look more like a bear than a falcon. You're huge.
Yes, well, my stature has helped me in collecting my trophies from my hunts.
Do you kill these with your bare hands?
No. Well, perhaps those ones. And he points towards the orcs.
Really? Wow. To be honest, I don't know how I feel about all these animal heads on the wall.
You got a problem with hunting?
Kind of. I'm a druid, you see. I'm a protector of the woods or forests, of its animals. Hunting for sport, which is what I imagine you're doing here, is shunned upon by our kind.
Well, it's not just sport. We do eat the meat that they provide.
At least you eat the meat. Nothing goes to waste, I see.
So you don't eat meat then?
Yes. Don't be ridiculous. Of course I eat meat. But I don't kill it myself.
And what about those kinds up there?
What
Do you
kind?
kill those?
Those orcs?
Yes, orcs.
Yes.
They've been rather troubling.
Yes. Orcs. I've had my skirmishes with orcs, me and my friends here. As you can see, we've fared way better in those battles than the orcs did.
Good. Have any orcs given you any troubles in the woods?
Well, no. There is one thing, though. Maybe you, being a hunter and wandering in these woods, you may have come across the same issue. It was this boar.
A boar?
A boar.
Yes, there's many boars in the woods.
But this boar was different. It kind of stared us down. It's almost as if it was spying on us.
That's strange. I've never really seen a boar spying on anyone.
Yes. Strange.
Perhaps it thought that you were out to hunt it.
No. It would have been running away.
And did it run?
Eventually, when I tried to get near it.
Well, that sounds like a boar to me.
Well, not quite. I spoke to it, you see. But anyway.
You spoke to a boar?
Yes, I can speak to animals. And if I were to be able to speak to dead animals, I imagine your friends up there wouldn't have any nice thing to say about you. But
I imagine not. Particularly those orcs.
But those are not animals. You're aware of that, are you?
Well, anyway, there's been far too many orcs in the woods of late. So, if I can get some more up on that wall, the better. The ugly brutes.
Yes, anyway. I haven't seen any orcs. Have you come across orcs in the woods?
Far too many. That's precisely
Really?
where I've hunted those ones down. They seem to be in league with some evil half-orcs that dwell just southeast of here. About 5 miles. They're often seen in the company of these little stick creatures, which are known to creep around these parts of the woods. All in all, a rather nasty lot.
Tell me, are these half-orcs like clerics or, priests or druids, or do they wear cloaks, robes?
Now that you mention it, yes, some of them do tend to
Oh.
wear some strange robes that I haven't really seen on normal orcs before.
Okay, this is not good. This, and you say they're south of here?
Just to the southeast.
Southeast? How far away? How many hours?
Not more than 5 miles.
5 miles? That's like 15 minutes.
Well, a little more than 15 minutes. Could probably get there in an hour or so.
Well, perhaps not with a big chunky body of yours, but I'm sure we could maybe speed up a bit and get there before 5 miles is a quick run.
Yes, it's not too far away, but it's quite late, and there may be patrons making their way to my lodge for rest and food.
Oh, you're like an inn, then?
Well, not quite an inn, but a safe haven for travellers with coin or good wine. Which reminds me, there is a fee, of course.
Yes, of course. We're not going to be here as freeloaders. Actually, I have this great wine.
Let me see that. Yes. Look at all these. Look at the colour of this.
Great colour. It's like red.
Yes. A deep crimson red.
Tasty. Barthen gave it to me.
Oh, my good friend Barthen.
Yes, with kind regards.
Is he making his way here as well?
No, I'm bringing supplies from him to the loggers' camp, a bit further north. But I don't mean to get sidetracked. There is great danger. These orcs we were talking about, these half-orcs, they are summoning something.
Summoning what?
An elephant boar. A big
elephant boar?
Yes, a big boar with tusks of thunder.
That doesn't sound good.
Not at all. That's why I think perhaps your patrons should do well to wait, and we could go, and or at least I can go and check this out. I mean,
Corwin could perhaps look after the lodge whilst we're gone. It shouldn't take us too long. Falcon, I have warned you. I am rather concerned about you hunting more orcs. Before you know it, they'll be targeting the lodge itself. Nothing to worry about. I'm sure that with our new companions here, although not really sure how a gnome and a halfling has seen so many battles, as you say, with orcs.
Well, you'll find that big things come in small packages or something like that. Or something like that. Not exactly sure how it went, but
I think I'm going to like you, Shrew.
I think I like you already, Falcon. And another thing, those orcs, even if you don't attack them, you think you're safe here? You think they won't attack you eventually anyway?
I suppose it's only a matter of time.
Exactly. They are actually planning an attack on Phandalin, and if they're as bold to pull something like that off, I'm sure a little lodge like this one, no offense intended, but a little lodge like this one stands no chance with a horde of orcs.
There has been significant more numbers than recently.
Yes, you've heard about the dragon, of course.
A what?
What? You haven't heard? Have you been hiding under a rock lately?
A dragon? Where?
A dragon all over the place.
I haven't seen any dragons.
It attacked Phandalin not too long ago. Killed a few. I was going to say 100, but it was more like 10 or 20 gods. Winter knights. Winter gods. Neverwinter gods.
Oh my. Orcs in the woods, the half-orcs up to no good. And now a dragon, you say?
Well, the dragon has been here before the orcs. The dragon is actually making the orcs come down from the mountains. The problem here is a dragon. We need to defeat this nuisance. It's a white dragon, and it brings no good to any of us.
Well, if you ever defeat the dragon, I could put a spot for it here on my wall.
No, that's going on my wall. Please, of course, if I kill it, it's going on my wall.
Well, if you want to make way to where these half-orcs are, we should be careful. We don't know exactly how many of them there are. But from my hunts, I've managed to determine that they're in a ruined stone manse, not that far. I think I said 5 miles before, but it could be closer to 10. But anyway, it shouldn't take us too long to get there.
No, a quick and a fast ride. I'm sure you have well-abled horses, right? You do have horses.
Just a couple.
Well, that's probably all we need. Who's coming?
Should we go on horses, though?
It's quicker, isn't it?
It's quicker, but perhaps we should be silent.
You take longer.
Go on the hunt.
We're not hunting.
Go chasing after. Oh, I beg to differ. But if we hunt them, we may have a better chance of picking them off.
That's what Fabian used to say. Perhaps you'll get along well with him too.
So you don't like orcs either? I despise them. I'm game. Well, seeing that we'll be helping each other in ridding the woods of these scoundrels, I have some things that perhaps will be of assistance to us.
I like things.
I have these boots of elven kind that you can borrow, and if we make it out in one piece, you can keep them for your kind assistance.
Well, thank you. Let me check it out. They look good. While you wear these boots, your steps make no sound, regardless of the surface you are moving across. You also have advantage on dexterity, stealth checks that rely on moving silently. Very good. Well, yes, These fancy boots will go handsomely with my new hat. And I kind of slip them on.
I didn't mean to ask you about that hat. Are you some kind of wizard?
No. I'm a druid.
Well, you dabble with magic.
Yes, I found this hat in one of our quests. Kind gnomes of Normangard gave it to us as a reward for aiding their kings, and I wear it with pride.
You seem to have quite the stories following you.
Yes.
I'm intrigued.
We can talk about it when we kill these orcs and come back and share a good sausage or two, and perhaps exchange a few tales. And maybe some of that wine I bought you. I want to try that.
Yes, we'll drink wine to our victory.
Sounds like a good idea.
So we leave the horses then. We use the cover of the woods and pick off whatever we see.
You are most accustomed to these woods, so whatever you say, I think is the best idea. I will follow you. I will follow your direction.
Yes, I believe we should go without horses. Corwin, please, gather us some supplies. And Corwin sort of wanders off and comes back with some sort of rations, falcon sword, like a backpack full of things. And Falcon reaches into it and says, now these are quite valuable, so don't use them hastily. But seeing as we're going into battle, and we may be outnumbered, I don't know exactly what we're going to find in this woodland manse. But here are a couple of potions of healing.
Oh, thank you. How much for these?
No, well, we can share some wine and some stories, and maybe even that sausage.
But how much did these set you back, and where did you buy them from?
Well, last time I had some goods come up from Fandolin. Adabra sent them over for me.
Sent them over? For how much?
I believe they cost about 50 gold a pop. So.
Oh, okay. Yes, 50 gold. Yes, that's the price that they go for, of course. I was thinking that maybe she had ripped me off.
No.
No, of course.
That wouldn't be like Adabra.
Not at all. Not at all. She's a great woman. What about, do you know that vendor in that store, in that second-hand shop? What do you call it? Lion's Costa?
Second-hand shop?
Yes, it's kind of a rundown little... Say, Lion's Costa.
The Lion
Back
Costa?
in Fandolin, yeah. Do you know the owner there?
Oh, yes, she's got a shop, Tom.
Yes, indeed.
But it's not a second-hand shop.
Oh, isn't it? Seems like, poor quality goods there. Quality weapons,
Well,
poor quality...
I wouldn't let her hear you say that.
No, I suppose not.
So, are all your friends coming, or is this just just you and I?
Well, no. We need help here. You're saying you don't know what you're going to come across. I'd say...
and
Norbus.
Your gnome friend and the two dwarfs?
No, Norbus here and Dazzling, they will stay here. They will stay here because they aren't very good at fighting between you and me.
I can hear you, Shrew.
Sorry, but it's true.
Well, yes, we're not really the fighting type.
No.
Although any chance to stick it to the orc would be good, but I fear that Dazzlin and I would be better served staying here.
Yes, I'd be more
We'll get in your way. And I can't wait to get this leather arm off. It's a little tight.
Yes, don't lose it, though. Don't lose it. But Fenna here and Fabian will be coming. They are the best fighters and best companions I've ever come across.
Well, I look forward to seeing you all in action.
Yeah, sorry. Sorry. No, forget that. I just had a tear coming down my eye because I was getting a bit emotional, but it's fine, let's go.
Are you sure you're up for this?
Yes.
I can't have you
No.
breaking down in tears in the middle
No,
of
of
battle.
course not. It was just here. We're in the privacy of... You think I'm going to start crying in front of orcs, please?
And with that, you guys finish making your preparations and start making your way through the Neverwinter Wood towards this manse that Falcon had been talking about. So having travelled through the woods for the 10 miles now that Falcon had told you it would take, you start following this trail through the woods, and you come to a foggy clearing, in the midst of which stands a crumbling 2-story manse, all but hidden beneath thorny ivy. The large house is set atop a 6-foot-high stone foundation, and the main entrance has a balcony above it. Pumpkins grow in wild patches around the manse, and you can see that there are several wild boars feeding amongst them. You hear the boars snorting with content as you draw near.
There. Don't give our position away now, you friendly boars. What should we do? Should we approach the manse? Or should one of us scout ahead?
I think we should be careful. So at the moment I'd say you're about 60-70 feet away from the actual manse itself, and it's sort of surrounded by trees, so there's plenty of cover if you wanted to take a quieter approach. Yeah, I wouldn't suggest that we just march up and knock on the door.
No, trust me, I've made that mistake before, and it almost cost us our lives. Let's sneak in, see what we find.
Are we all going, Shrew? Or should one of us just scout a little bit ahead?
I'll scout ahead. I'm small, I've got these new fancy boots, which, as I've been wearing them, they seem not to be making much of a noise.
Great, we'll wait here under some trees and await a signal. You still have your stone of sending, yes?
Yes, and Fabian has the other one.
Perfect. And so your companions take up position under a few trees with their weapons ready, just in case anything were to jump out. So what you're seeing at the moment is you're seeing this path lead up to this manse. And as I said, you're about 60-70 feet away at the moment. You can see these boars feeding on the pumpkin patches. And almost in a sort of straight path from where you're currently stood by the trees now, you can see that there's the stairs that lead up to the front door. What are you doing?
Okay, from where I am, do I see any windows?
Yeah, you can see from the vantage point you've got, you can see 3 windows. 1 to the immediate right of the stairs as you're looking at them, and 2 to the right of that one. So it looks like it's a separate room because it's a little bit inset compared to the first window that you saw.
So I want to quietly approach the windows first and look through them, see if I see anyone inside.
So you're walking up to those windows then?
Yeah, very quietly.
Okay, so roll for stealth with your new boots.
That's a total of 12. 10 plus 2.
Okay, so as you're walking up to this first window, as you noted, your boots and your feet aren't making any noise as you walk through the terrain. But a little distracted by the boars nibbling at the pumpkins around you, which now you're close enough to see there's actually 6 boars there. You accidentally step on a piece of pumpkin, which makes a little bit of noise, nothing too bad, just sort of catches the attention of one of the boars that's closest to you, nibbling. He carries on going about his meal, and you find yourself now at the window.
Alright, so I want to try and peer in, see what I see.
Okay, so as you peer in, you see that this room has a 10-foot wide wooden balcony that sort of protrudes above you, which you notice as you're pressing your face onto the window. And you see there's a wooden spiral staircase inside this room, curling up from the flagstone floor, and there's tall empty bookcases lining the walls. The shelves look mostly bowed and broken. You also see that there's 2 pillars and 4 old desks with chairs tucked behind them. There seems to be a number of books littering the floor.
And most importantly, I don't see anyone, do I?
No, you don't see anyone.
Or anything.
No, you don't see anyone.
And you said there were 2 more windows on my right?
Yeah, that's correct. From where you stood now, there's 2 other windows to your right.
I want to try and approach those and see what I see.
So again, you find yourself at the front of this window, and you're really having to press your face against it to see inside because light is fast fading, or rather what little light is left is fast fading now, as it's turning quickly into night. So for the dim light, you can kind of make out that this seemed to have once been some sort of laboratory, which is lying in total ruins. What little furnishings you can see seem broken and heaped against the walls. And from where you are at the moment, that's about as much as you can see. I mean, looking in through the window, you can see that the second window that you could see looks into the same room, and that it's a fairly large room, which is about 30 feet wide and extends a good 50 feet into the manse.
And as far as I can see, this room connects to the entrance.
No, from where the stairs are that lead up, the first window to your right was what looked like
the library.
A library. And then next to that, to the right again,
is this lab.
Lab sort of.
Okay, so I'm going to go back to my friend.
Okay, so you turn and you start making your way back. And you notice that there's only 3 boars now, where before there were 6, as you're walking back towards your companions.
Making a mental note of that, I will carry on going back to my friends to give them a little update.
Okay, so yeah, you're then little more than a minute. You're back at where your companions were hiding amongst the trees.
Listen, I've come back from an initial investigation, and as far as I can see, I looked through the windows. I didn't go into the house, but there's 2 rooms that seem abandoned for now, and one seemed to be a library and the other a laboratory. And also, there were 6 boars when I approached the house, so we might want to be a bit careful not to startle them. But funnily enough, when I was making my way back to you, there were only 3. So I'm not sure what's going on, or if these boars are the same boars that have been spying on us, Fabian. But we should be very, very careful here.
This issue with the boars is starting to bore me a little now.
Nice pun.
Are you sure they're just not grazing elsewhere?
Wait here. I'll be back.
Because we haven't seen any boars come this way.
No, I'll be back. And I turn into a boar.
Okay, so you've turned into a boar. What is it you're doing? I'm intrigued.
I'm gonna head back to the manse, and I'm gonna kind of walk to where the boars were grazing on the pumpkins.
Okay, so you sort of trot over there.
Yeah, have a little nibble myself of those scrumptious looking pumpkins.
Yeah, so you're actually eating the pumpkins.
Yeah, is that a problem? Oh shit.
Okay, so as you're nibbling this pumpkin, you notice that it seems to fill you with energy, almost like a healing energy.
Oh wow!
Similar to when you've taken a potion of healing.
Really? Oh, good to know. Very good to know.
And as you're sort of nibbling on and munching on this new pumpkin, I mean, do you carry on eating them, or you?
Yeah, I'm like eating whilst I look around to see. I'm trying to blend in, remember, and I'm eating like to seem as if I'm one of the other boars, and I'm trying to keep an eye out to see what they're doing.
Okay.
How they're acting.
So roll me a d6.
That's a 5.
Okay, I'm gonna need you to roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh damn! That's 12 plus 2, a total of 14.
You saved it.
Saved what?
Well, as you're sort of eating the pumpkin, you've noticed that you've swallowed a number of seeds.
Okay.
And each time you've realized that you sort of feel that little wisp of magic that fills you with that almost healing energy. But you know, after that 5th one, your stomach's starting to feel a little queasy.
After my 5th pip?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you get the sense that you probably shouldn't eat any more
than
you've done already.
Yeah, I stopped eating the pumpkin.
Yeah, and as you stop eating the pumpkin, you notice, there's one of the boars now is right next to you, and he's sort of sniffling you all over. And then he sort of looks back a little startled, starts like retreating away from you a bit. He looks a bit strange.
Yeah, he might not be used to seeing me around. I'm gonna do a thing though, because I kind of noticed that these pips may have healing powers, right? So I want to fill my pouch in my mouth, like if I were a hamster.
Okay.
I want to fill my pouch with around 10 pips without swallowing.
Okay, yeah, so your cheeks are now a little puffed up like a hamster.
And I kind of ignore the boar that is starting to freak out, and I'm moving away. Do I still see 3 boars?
Yeah.
Right, and I'm moving away round the house, following. From where I am, do I see the pumpkin patch? Does it extend beyond the house? Does it extend along the walls of the house?
As you move away from the pumpkin patch where you're nibbling and sort of move on to the next one, which is at the edge of the front of the house. So sort of continuing the wall where you were looking through the 2 windows into the laboratory, you see that there's several more pumpkin patches all the way down the side of the house. And from where you're sort of stood, you see that the pumpkin patches seem to wrap round the back of the house as well.
Alright, what I want to do is just, as a boar would, just try not to stick out. Just kind of walk past all the pumpkins, keep my eyes peeled to see if I see any orcs, any weird stuff going on. The other boars as well, I want to try and keep an eye out for the other boars. Do I see, now that I'm close to the patch, do I see any corpses? Dead boars?
No, you don't see any dead boars.
Alright.
And you're sort of slowly making your way from pumpkin to pumpkin, sniffling here, sniffling there, doing your best to fit in as a boar. Actually, give me a performance check.
That's a total of 12.
Yeah, so you're sort of strutting your stuff as a boar, the occasional little foot stamp. You're sort of keeping an eye on the other boars and mimicking what they're doing. They don't seem to be too bothered with you, other than that one boar that's sort of kept his distance and moved elsewhere. And you carry on walking down the side of this building. It's starting to get darker and darker now, and you're now on about halfway down the side of the manse, and you can see that there's 3 windows to your left, which you can take an educated guess would look into the exact same room that you were looking into, being the laboratory. And then the wall sort of juts out about 5 feet, and then sort of continues in a straight line before taking a 90-degree turn to the left, which you can sort of see is the back end of the manse.
Yeah, I want to continue going all the way around, trying to keep... Have I seen the other 3 missing boars?
No, you haven't seen any other boars yet.
Okay, so I want to carry on going round, all the way round. Again, keeping my eyes peeled for anything.
So you continue to make your way down the side of the building, and you go about 30 feet down, take that sharp left, and you see that again there's several pumpkins and patches traversing the backside of the manse. And you can see across the whole width of the manse from here. You don't see any signs of the boars. Are you carrying on, sort of making your way around the building?
Yeah.
Okay, so as you walked down that initial side, you would have realized you walked past 3 other windows, and now that you're on the back side of the manse, there's a good stretch that has no windows at all. And as you're sort of approaching the end before you take another sharp left, sort of coming back on yourself, but on the opposite side of the manse, sort of towards the direction now where the entrance would have been. You walk past one window there. You carry on, sort of trotting over to another pumpkin patch, and from one pumpkin to another, keeping an eye out. And you take as I said, you take that other sharp left. And as you're walking down this part of the building, you see that there's a door atop a few stairs, which looks like it was broken down years ago. You see that there's holes chewed into the bottom of the door, that it's literally hanging on one of its hinges. Are you carrying on round the side of the manse?
Have I kind of reached where I started already?
Not yet. I thought I would stop just to point out that there is a second door. Entrance.
Yeah, and have I seen anything through the windows, on the other side of the windows from where I am, or I wouldn't have visuals on that?
No, I mean, being a boar now and being lower to the ground, and you haven't really gone up to the windows to peek in either. So you haven't seen anything through the windows, you haven't seen any lights. The only thing of note as you've walked around is this other entrance into the manse.
I want to make my way up those stairs where that broken door is, as quietly as I can.
Okay, so give me a stealth check.
Would I still roll with advantage?
I'll say that it will still work, because it sort of morphs with you as you turn into your wild shape. But given that you're walking on 4 legs and you only have 2 boots, well, let's roll and see what happens.
So I roll with advantage or no?
Yeah, you can roll with advantage.
Okay.
The DC just might be a little higher.
That's an 18 plus 2, 20.
So yeah, you trot your way up these steps quite quietly. And you now stood in the doorway, and you can see that this once must have been a kitchen. You can see that the furnishings are wholly decayed, and that nature has run roughshod throughout this room. You can see that directly opposite where you are, so about 15 feet directly in front of you, is a door which is closed. And to your right, you see that there's another door that's slightly ajar.
Okay, I want to make my way to that door that's slightly ajar, peer in through there.
Okay, so as you're moving towards it, you sort of hear the chirping of birds, and you see that, as you're peering in through the gap that's open, this pretty much looks like a pantry to you. You can see that much of the roof has sort of collapsed, leaving debris scattered all across the floor, and that birds have made nests on the wooden shelves that line the walls. Any foodstuffs that you can sort of see strewn across the floor and on the shelves seem to have rotten a long, long time ago.
Alright, my cheeks are starting to become uncomfortable, so I'm just gonna turn around and make my way back the direction I was heading and make my way back to my friends, still keeping an eye out for those missing boars and still keeping an eye out for anything I may see on the way back, especially obviously the places I haven't seen yet.
So you make your way back to the kitchen, down the stairs, and into the next pumpkin patch to your immediate left, which you follow for about another 25 feet or so, and you realize that the form of the building that you couldn't see from the approach you took with your friends sort of follows a circular shape, almost as if this was perhaps part of a small tower. And you make your way into the next pumpkin patch, and you find yourself on the opposite side of the main stairs to the manse.
Still no sight of those boars, yeah?
No, you haven't seen any other boars other than those 3.
I think they might be rotating on a spit, ready for consumption by these half-orcs.
Well, you haven't smelled anything, other than the sausages that have sort of morphed with you. So perhaps that's what that other boar was a little shaken by.
Yeah, perhaps.
The scent of pork.
Doesn't bode well with boars. Yeah. Alright, so I'll go back to my compadres.
Okay, so yeah, you make your way back to your compadres, and you now stood in front of them in your boar form with your cheeks quite puffed up. Shrew? Is that you? You see Fenner sort of looking.
I nod briefly as I spit out all those pips in my mouth, and then I instantly change back to Shrew.
What on earth are you doing?
Those are quite bitter. Listen, I explored around the manse. I haven't seen anything noteworthy, really. I still couldn't find any of those boars, so I wonder where they've gone to. I did explore a bit inside the house. I came across a kitchen, what seemed like a kitchen and its pantry, but still no signs of orcs or any living thing other than some birds' nests.
So you explored the whole mansion?
No, just the kitchen. I went round on the outside.
Oh, so there's a back entrance?
Yes, there's like a back entrance where the kitchen is. You could approach the mansion through there. But these pips I found, they heal you.
They heal you?
Yes.
You see sort of Fabian's face looking like, what on earth are you talking about?
I know. As a boar, I couldn't help but munch on a few, and some of the pips I swallowed seemed to have the same effects the potions that Adabra gave us have on us.
Well, I'm not sticking that in my mouth.
Well, you will if it's a matter of life or death. I assure you that. Now, another thing. After having swallowed what I can kind of guess were around 5, I started feeling quite queasy. So perhaps don't need more than that. And I kind of crouch down and pick them up and pocket them. Okay.
So what's the plan of action?
Well, I was thinking let's just go to the back entrance. There's no sense in splitting up anymore. It doesn't seem to be an immediate danger, at least at the bottom of this manse. So let's go together. Let's carry on exploring stealthily, quietly, but let's stick together.
Okay, so you guys make your way round the manse, taking the shorter way instead of going all the way around like you did. You sort of make your way through the trees that surround it, and you find yourselves in front of the path that leads you towards the kitchen. You carefully look around. Nothing seems to be untoward, and you make your way through the broken door. And I assume you're going to be doing this stealthily.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Okay, so roll for stealth. Oh, actually.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah, I think you're going to say the exact same thing that I was going to say.
Yeah, we've been doing it wrong.
Yeah, we have not done the stealth checks by the DM. Yeah, I did feel something was amiss.
Yeah, it didn't feel as tense as it had been feeling in past stealth checks.
So on that note, I'm going to roll this stealth check. I
Go
just
on.
need your dex modifier, please.
+2. Remember, I roll with advantage.
Okay, so you guys quietly make your way into the kitchen where you'd found yourselves. Shrew, you hear Fabian say, is that the door you went through? And he points to the door that's slightly ajar.
Yes, that's what I found to be a pantry. I didn't really search it much. If you want to check it out, by all means. I didn't search the other door. I didn't open it.
Well, perhaps we can search after we're done with making sure this place is safe. I say we push forth.
Yes. And I approach the door that's closed and try and crack it open. Not literally. I just want to try and open
Try and
it.
open it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this door looks like it's been there a really long time. It looks quite weathered and worn. Again, the bottom of the door sort of has small holes in it from what you can imagine were rodents chewing their way through over the years. And you sort of touch the handle and start feeling that it does give way.
Okay. I slightly open it.
So yeah, the door sort of creaks. And you see that it opens into a 30 by 15 foot dining room, I guess is the best way to describe this. At least what's left from the furnishings. There's a smashed wooden table lying in a heap in the eastern half of the room, surrounded by 6 broken chairs. You also see that there's a fireplace dominating the southern side of the room, and that the walls are covered with what looks like crude drawings. You can't quite make out what they are in the darkness. This room is now pretty dark, and I think other than Fenna, none of you have dark vision.
No, I don't think so. Anna, can you see what those images represent? It's hard for me to see here.
Yes, let me have a look. And she sort of walks up to the walls and says, well, they appear to be boars chasing humans, or humanoids anyway. There's not much detail. This looks quite primitive.
I wonder. Do I see any doors?
Yeah, you see that there's a door next to the fireplace, directly in front of the door you've come in. And to your right, you see that there's an opening where a door would have once stood, which leads, as far as you can see, into a long hall of sorts, with a double door at the end, which looks like the front door that you'd walked past. And as you're making your way to the door opposite the one that led you from the kitchen, something catches your eye on the mantle.
So, I want to make my way to that fireplace, and I want to see what's in the mantle, but I also want to investigate the actual fire pit of the fireplace. See if I see anything there.
So roll an investigation check then.
That's a 7.
So as you're searching through the actual fireplace, amongst the debris and plants and weeds and, nature sort of taken over much of this building, you do find a tarnished candelabron. It's one of those sort of 3-pronged sort of candlesticks, like Lumiere from Beauty and the Beast. But your eye is drawn immediately to the mantle, where you see that there's 3 small twig-like figures. And as you're looking at them in the darkness, quite difficult to make out exactly what they are. But they almost seem to resemble a larger humanoid and 2 smaller ones.
Do they appear to be dolls of some kind?
They do look like dolls, but like sort of made out of wood and twine and...
Could I pick these up?
You sure can. So as you reach to grab one of these, you get a better look at them now. And as you pick one up, you sort of have a realization that the figure that you've picked up almost looks like Shrew, like yourself. And as you turn your head and look at the other two figures to the left of the one you've picked up, realizing that they almost resemble your travelling companions, Fabian and Fenna. You sort of catch yourself as you see that this figure that you've gone to pick up takes a swipe at you, narrowly missing you. I'm going to need you to roll for initiative.
What? What are you? What are you talking about? How many? They're like small figures, right? We're not talking about here life sized.
No, they're small figures.
I'm gonna fight dolls. Is that what you're saying?
That look like you and your companions.
Wow. Shall I roll for Fenna, Fabian, and myself?
Yeah.
Okay, that was for me. It's a 2 + 2, 4. Let's hope little Shrew has the same luck rolling as I do. This one's going to be for Fenna. Fenna's a 5 + 1, 6. And Fabian, not much better, a 4 + 1, 5.
And I'm going to roll for Falcon.
Yes, please do.
He doesn't roll much better either.
Damn. These little dolls with tiny legs are going to have better initiative than we do. That's ridiculous.
It makes narrative sense because they've sort of surprised you here.
Yeah, for sure they have.
So yeah, actually, the three of them will go first.
Jeez. Why isn't there a falcon doll? It feels good though to have action figures made after us.
Maybe something for Patreon one day. Okay, so the one that you had actually picked up, you sort of see it animated now and moving. It almost looks plant-like to you now as you're seeing it closer. And you feel a little nick. So what was your AC was what, 13?
13 now, yeah, since I'm wearing armor.
Yeah, so it just hits and you feel 3 piercing damage.
Whoa.
As you feel it dig into you. What on earth is going on? You hear sort of Falcon shouting from the other side, drawing his sword. Do you want to say anything before I...
I don't know, we're being attacked by dollies.
What? And you sort of see the other two dolls lunge at you, both missing. And it's over to Fenna.
Right, Fenna is obviously taken aback, as we all are, but she's gonna compose herself quickly and cast Sacred Flame. And she's gonna cast it on... Like, she cannot really tell which one's which or anything or exactly what's happening, but I was holding one of them. Do I still hold it?
Well, your hand sort of grasped round it on
the mantle.
On the mantle.
And
she can see that there's other two that have sort of lunged towards you.
Towards me. And they're on me.
Yeah, I'll say that they've jumped on you.
Alright, so, I mean, she won't be able to cast it on the ones on me, or I'll have to make a dexterity save too. But I'm gonna say that she does. Because she, in pure panic, just the first thing she can think of is the Sacred Flame. That's a go-to spell for damage, and she just instinctively casts it on these little critters that happen to be on me.
Okay, so you're going to have to take a dexterity saving throw as well.
Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, that's 2 + 2, that's a 4, so I don't save.
So with that, all of you have failed the dexterity saving throw, including these dolls.
Yeah, we didn't expect it.
So yeah, roll for damage.
I roll for damage. Alright. Oh wow, now I roll high, yeah. 7 damage.
So yeah, you take 7 damage, as do these weird doll things. And as you feel the scorching pain of this magic sort of appearing from behind you, you know, you're facing the mantle with these things on top of you. You see that the 3 of them, the one in your hands goes limp, and the 2 that were on you collapse to the floor.
So she got all 3 with that one attack?
Yeah, she did.
Well, all 4, including me.
Yeah, 4, including you. Shrew, are you alright? I'm so sorry. I didn't know what to do.
Well, you caught me by surprise. I didn't expect that. But no, I'm fine, more or less. But you you dealt with the problem, so at least there's that. Thank you, I guess.
Do you need me to heal you?
No, don't waste it. I'll have a pumpkin pie, or a pumpkin seed. No, I can't.
Okay, I need to roll a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, shit. Oh, I forgot. Oh, no.
Al's going through dice here like they were candy.
Yeah, I'm looking for another one because the last ones have been rolling poorly. Oh, no, much better. That's a total of 6.
A total of 6, you say?
Yeah, 4 plus 2. Will I be bested by a simple seed?
Tune in next week to find out. Okay, now roll me a d4, please.
That's a 2.
Okay, so, in the shock of firstly seeing these weird dolls that resemble you and your companions, and then being attacked by them, and then being blitzed by Fenner, you sort of pop a pumpkin seed into your mouth, and before you remember that it made you feel a bit queasy after you ate those 5 in boar form, you start to feel really ill now as it makes its way into your stomach. And I'm afraid to say you are poisoned.
Oh, shit. Not good. Not good.
And as you sort of swallow it, and Fabian sees your face sort of scrunch up in pain. Shrew, didn't you say not to eat any more of those?
Yes. A simple detail that I may have forgotten myself. I don't feel too well, guys. I don't feel very well at all. Let me sit down a second.
Do you think we should go back to the...
No. I'm sweating a bit.
Oh, this was my fault.
No,
I'm so sorry, Shrew.
But do you have any kind of magic that can, I don't know, heal? I know you heal, but maybe try and heal me here, please.
Okay, so Fenner walks up to you, places her hands on your chest, and you regain 6 hit points. So almost the exact damage she gave you. Is that better, Shrew?
Oh, thank you. Yes, I feel better. I feel better as I say that. I start getting up. Not quite 100%, but better. Thank you.
What on earth were those things? Were they rats?
No, they look like us.
What do you mean they look like us?
And I pick up the one that looked like me, and I inspect it closer. Does it still look like me?
Yep.
Look, it resembles me. That one there resembles Fenner, and that one there resembles Fabian.
This is odd.
I'm gonna keep these, and I stash them.
These look like those little stick creatures that I was telling you about that plague these woods. They're a nasty bunch. They can really sneak up on you, but I've never seen them look like this. I mean, facially they don't look like you, but they do seem to be wearing your, like makeshift clothes, for want of a better word, but somebody seems to have decorated them to look like you. Who are you? Why are you here?
Me?
You see Falcon look a bit worried now.
I'm Shrew.
Why are there no orcs here? Why do these things look like you guys?
I'm Shrew from Shrew's Shrubberies. Perhaps our name precedes us. Perhaps we are known around these woods for our heroic endeavors and our tales of valor. I don't know.
I'm beginning to think it was a mistake to come here.
No. Come your pants down. A big guy like you getting spooked at the first enemy that attacks us. I thought you were Falcon the Great, hunter of beasts, and you have heads on your wall and all that. And
yes,
now...
yeah, well, I'm not afraid of beasts, but what kind of strange things are going on here?
Look.
Why do they look like you? I've never seen you before, and now we come to this manse, and these things now resemble you.
If I were to take a wild guess, we've been spied on, as I told you. We came across these weird boars. There's boars out here, and whatever it is has been spying on us. And they knew we were coming, and they have fashioned these sticks to look like us in some twisted, I don't know, fantasy kind of, for their amusement. I don't know, but it's the only thing I can come up with to explain all of this. Now we can carry on. You said you had seen orcs here.
Well, I'd seen them marching towards this sort of area before.
Perhaps
I think we should proceed with caution.
Perhaps it's a trap. They've laid a trap for us. They knew we were coming. They've been spying on us. Perhaps they've moved on.
So you think the boars are spying on behalf of the
Yes.
the orcs?
Yes, I do.
But you turned into a boar.
So what?
And now these dolls look like you? And you're saying that boars spy? Have you led me into a trap here?
No. Inadvertently, perhaps, but not on purpose.
Falcon recomposes himself. I say we proceed, but with caution.
I should start calling you Pigeon.
Well, when you see me in battle, you'll be the one cooing in a corner.
I hope so. Listen, I think we should call off the search here in the mansion. For now. Let's...
Now who's the one cowering?
No, let's hear me out. You're good at hunting, so you should be good at tracking, right?
Yes, of course.
I want to investigate the surroundings again of the manse. I want to see if we see any footsteps. Lead away from it. Anything recent. Maybe we can tell if they've left this place and where they've headed to.
Right, give me a second. I'll have a quick search just outside here. Because you said that these boars had 3 of them had left.
Yes.
And then you found this back door, yet we didn't see any of them pass our way, unless they'd gone into the woods, assuming that they're actually boars and all this is some strange conspiracy in your head. But give me a second and I'll have a check, see if there's any boar tracks by the entrance to the kitchen.
Boar tracks? Check for orc tracks? Whatever you can see. Coming in and out of the manse. Around the manse. And be very careful.
Okay, so Falcon makes his way back to the kitchen and goes outside. Fortunately, the moon is quite bright, so he can see quite well now as it's getting darker. And after a while, he makes his way back in and says, well, other than our tracks and some boar tracks as well, which could have been yours if you came in here as a boar, but it is rather odd because mixed with your own boar tracks, there's a number of other boar ones which then sort of turn into it's almost human-like steps, perhaps even orc-like steps.
Going into
there's a number. I mean, from what I can see, there's our tracks, and then some boar tracks, and then those boar tracks sort of stop immediately, and then in their place, human-like tracks lead this way into the kitchen.
Can you pick up? Because we're not at the kitchen right now. No, we're in the fireplace.
You're in the fireplace, yeah.
Can you pick up where they go from? The kitchen?
Well, this is now stone floor. It's rather difficult for me to track. But perhaps whatever left there may be some truth in what you're saying. Perhaps, I mean, you shifted into a boar.
Yes.
Perhaps these orcs have learned how to shift into boars themselves.
Yes, that's what I...
This is most peculiar.
So we can take a wild guess that these 3 boars are inside this mansion now as orcs, correct?
That does seem to be what he's saying. It is odd. Perhaps that would explain why those 2 boars were staring at us.
Yes, they weren't controlling animals, they were the animals. Let's go.
And then they know we're here.
Sorry?
They will know we're here. If they saw you marching up to the window.
Yes.
Or at least they think that only you are here, perhaps.
Yes, they are expecting us. They know we're here. They have hidden inside the mansion, perhaps, waiting for us, waiting to maybe jump us. So let's proceed with extreme caution.
Looking forward to getting rid of some more orcs. You see Fabian sort of polishing his blade.
Fabian. I like the way you think. Fabian the Hawk. Fabian the Hawk, yes. Has a nice ring to it.
I like the name. Fabian the Hawk. The Hawk, the Falcon, and the Shrew.
Well, the Hawk...
I don't think this is the time to be discussing nicknames.
Hold on.
Hold on,
I had a good one.
We might be jumped.
1 second. The Hawk, the Shrew, and the Pigeon.
Are you calling me a pigeon?
No. Forget it. You're right.
I think we should proceed.
Yes.
If they know we're here, they may jump us. So in the room you were moving towards the door that was directly in front of you before you were jumped by these weird doll-like, plant-like creatures. there's a door directly beside the fireplace. And as I said, there was an opening where a door would have once been that you can see sort of leads into a hall and towards a set of double doors, which resemble the double doors at the front of the manse that you saw as you walked around.
I want to go through the closed door next to the fireplace as quietly as I can.
Okay, so you walk up to it, feel the handle, again it gives way. As it creaks open. So you see a couple of small stone steps leading down onto a flagstoned courtyard with a pillared arcade. And as you're sort of looking around and getting your bearings, you see that this is like an inner courtyard within the actual manse itself. And as you're looking around and you look up, you see that there's 7 windows in the upper level overlooking into the courtyard. And in the middle of which is a 5-foot wide stone well, which has really thick vines erupting from within it. And as you sort of walk down the stairs quietly, and in the darkness, other than the moonlight which is starting to creep in through the windows, you hear the guttural snorts and yells coming from the southeast corner of the manse, signaling the presence of orcs nearby. You recognize this noise, and I think that's a great place to end tonight's episode.
No, I don't. I don't think it's a great place. I want to carry on.
Well, we will, but you'll have to tune in next week to see what happens to the falcon, the shrew,
and the pigeon.
The hawk and the pigeon.
No, the pigeon is the falcon. The pigeon is the falcon, because he's chickening out. I should have gone for chicken instead of pigeon. That would have been a much better bird to go with. How did I miss that one?
Yeah, that was a golden opportunity.
Yeah.
Would have made a bit more sense as well. But
yeah, for sure.
it sort of flew over his head.
Yeah.
Nice pun there.
Nice one. That joke.
So I hope you enjoyed that episode. After quite a few back-to-back episodes now without a battle, we've got a fight of sorts. It wasn't really a battle as such, but what's going on in this mansion?
Are you asking me? Because I have no idea. I have no idea.
Strange happenings.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll find out. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. And remember to check us out at i2td.com, where you will find all our socials, all our links. You can even play our episodes from there. Everything's there, everything you need. So make sure to check us there. Remember, we also have the Discord, where you can join and chat with us. And, it's a day-to-day thing. We are there always. And also the Patreon and the Buy Me a Coffee, if you're so inclined to donate or to, subscribe to any other tiers. That's there for you as well. You'll be getting certain perks if you do subscribe to one of the tiers of Patreon.
And that brings us to our end of the episode club. Better known now, I must concede, as the last one standing. And we're really got to thank you, our loyal listeners, for making your way through our shenanigans time and time again. We've loved the comments we're seeing, and we've been pleasantly surprised by the art that these passwords are generating. We love them. Keep them coming.
Art and memes as well.
Yeah, we've got a meme as well. Brilliant stuff. I love them. And by now, you guys know what this is. If you don't, rewind, go back to episode 1. What are you doing at episode 15? And if you have been listening and haven't made it through all this chatter in previous episodes, well, you've been missing out. You get your first taster of this exclusive club, where we give you a little catchphrase just to see who's been listening all the way to the end. And today's catchphrase is what?
Today's catchphrase is foul play.
I love it.
And now you can spell it as foul the bird, or foul the fowl, F-O-U-L, or F-O-W-L. It's up to you.
Yeah, because there's foul play in more than one sense, perhaps, going on here.
Yeah. Foul play. The hawk, the falcon, and the pigeon. No, sorry. The falcon is the pigeon. I keep forgetting.
And the shrew.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you so much for tuning in again. Hope you tune in next week to find out what awaits Shrew, Shrubberies, and the falcon at the Woodland Manse. Join us next week as we delve into the dungeon.